hunters, coon hunters, squirrel hunters, even deer hunters that hunt with dogs. Anybody out there that does that? Y'all know what this is? Does anybody?
It's a shock collar.
It's a shocking collar. Okay. Who was here last time that Mr. Lynn was here? Who was here? Y'all know the problem we had. I got a remedy for it. I'll put this around your neck. If you feel a buzz in a minute, if you feel that buzz, it's time to move, okay? Make it welcome Mr. Lynn Kirk.
No. I can't get it. Just don't worry about it.
Preacher friend down there went to nursing home here the other day and visited an old lady. And while he was talking to her, he noticed a cup of peanuts sitting there. So he started eating on them peanuts. They did a while. He said, well, I'm just about eating all your peanuts. She said, oh, that's all right. Said, I can't eat them anyway. I just licked the chocolate off. Had a friend in the hospital. And I went in to visit him, and every time I stepped out and say something to him, he'd go to, he couldn't talk. I finally stepped up there, and he died. I walked over to her. His widow is convinced that he'd still be with us today if I hadn't been standing on his oxygen hose. I know a girl called the vet one day, wanted to know what it would cost to get him to look at her cat. She said, he may be dead. And said, well, bring him on in. Said, it cost you $65. Well, he looked at the cat and said, man, the cat's dead. She said, well, you may be right, but I want a second opinion. So he went out and got a cat. Brought him in there, and this cat sniffed that dead cat and said, meow.
Ew.
Bet you just man, he's dead. She said, I still don't believe it. I need another opinion. So he brought a black dog in there. And that dog smelled it. He said, oh. He said, yes, ma'am, your cat's dead. She said, well, how much do I owe you? He said, $365. She said, well, now you said $65. He said, yes, ma'am, but that was before the CAT scan and the lab work. Knew an old preacher down at Bellevue, pastored the church down there for probably 100 years. One day a little boy come over and brought him 2 chickens already dressed, ready to cook. And he thanked the boy. And day or two later, the little boy come back. Had 2 chickens that already dressed and ready to cook. He thanked him, told him to appreciate it. Day or two later, he come back with 2 chickens ready to cook. And the old preacher said, son, tell your mama that we appreciate these chickens, but she can't give us all of these chickens. She won't have any left. The little boy said, Mama said we might as well eat them. They're dying anyway. I was in school one time. The teacher told us that George Washington threw a silver dollar across the Potomac. Now down that door lane we don't have a Potomac. So I asked the boy across the aisle, I said, what's the Potomac? He said, I think it's a river. What's a silver dollar? There's a truck driver eating a meal at the counter in a truck stop. motorcycle gang come in. One of them boys walked over and took that truck driver's plate and ate the food. That truck driver got up, paid his ticket, and walked out. When the waitress come over to take the order, that biker said, truck driver wasn't much man, was he? She said, I think you mean the man wasn't much truck driver. He just ran over 12 motorcycles. Two old boys out there on Vista one Sunday morning fishing. One of them looked at his watch, he said, well, it's 10 o'clock. Sunday school will be starting. The other fellow said, yeah, we might have should have went to church. That's why the boy looked at his watch, he said, it's 11 o'clock, it's Sunday school's over, church will be starting. The fellow said, yeah, I should have went to church. That's why they looked at his watch and said, well, it's 12 o'clock, church is over now. That old boy said, yeah, I said, I couldn't have gone anyway, my wife's sick. My brother playing golf with an old boy one day, and a funeral procession went by. And old boy jerked his head off. The other boy took his head off and said, that one boy said, I should have gone to that funeral. He said, you mean you know him? He said, yeah. He said, well, who was it? He said, my wife. That old boy, paratrooper one time, going to be a paratrooper. They took him up in a plane, told him to jump out, count to 10, and pull his whipcord, and the parachute will open. He said, if he don't open, don't panic. Count to 10 again, and you've got an emergency cord you can pull, and it's open. He said, there'll be a Jeep waiting to pick you up and take you back to camp. The little boy bailed out, counted to 10, pulled his whipcord, nothing happened. He didn't panic. He counted to 10 again, pulled his emergency cord, nothing happened. He said, I bet they lied about the Jeep too. He was floating down, and he looked at a man come floating up. When he got close enough, he said, say, did you know anything about a parachute? The man said, no, I don't. Do you know anything about a butane stove? The blind man was seeing eye dog. He started across the street, and the brakes went to squealing and carrying on. The dog done started across the street with red light. So they got back up on the curb, and the old boy filled around his pockets, come out with a little piece of candy. Man watching said, sir, said, I saw what happened. Said, that dog like got you killed. Are you going to reward him for that? He said, I'm not rewarding him. If I can find out which end his head's on, I'm going to kick his butt.
Mr. Lynn Craig, y'all, thank you.